So you want to know how to fix your credit for free. Well, I'm going to show you how to get results like this, or like this. I'm going to give you that step-by-step process. No fluff. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to write the letter. I'm going to show you how to analyze your credit report. I'm going to show you where to send it. I'm going to show you how to freeze the snitches. I'm going to show you everything you need to know so you can go ahead and get the results, go from a 500 to a 750 plus credit score. So you already know what time it is. Let's get right into it. So without further ado, my name is Dave Cousins, co-founder of the credit team. And tonight we're going to go over credit and how to basically remove anything off your credit report step by step. I'm going to show you what to look for, how to do it, how to write the letter, where to send it. I'm going to show you step by step everything you need to know when it comes to credit. What we do is teach people how to legally rob banks to create multiple streams of income to be able to quit their job and do whatever they want with their free time. So without further ado, let's get started. Go ahead and put this down. Welcome to today's class. I'm going to show you step by step on how to remove your credit. How to increase your credit score 100 points within the next 90 days. I'm going to show you how to analyze your credit report. I'm going to show you how to clean your personal information. I'm going to show you how to freeze the snitches. Also, I'm going to show you how to remove every account to make sure it never comes back. And anything that's negative, collections, charge off, repossessions, anything that's negative, I'm going to show you how to get it removed. And I'm also going to show you how to keep the credit bureaus using the CFPB accountable, right? So I'm going to show you everything in today's class. So here's what a good credit report looks like first. So before we get to a 750, we got to know what it looks like. And before we actually understand what we're doing, we got to understand where we need to be. So if you don't know what a 750 credit score looks like, here's what a 750 credit score profile looks like. 100% payment history, under 10% utilization, derogatory marks, no derogatory marks, 5 years plus history, 17 plus accounts, and 5 or less inquiries. So all green. I know it's Credit Karma, but most people have a free report. If you didn't download your credit report, I sent the link out so I can show you how to actually remove the negative accounts on your credit report, because what you want to do is start looking at all three, and only Credit Karma only shows 2. But Credit Karma is not a good place to actually dispute. That's why I told y'all to download your credit report. So this is what a good credit report looks like. And in order to get a 750 credit score, you got to become that person. So question number 1, what many people don't know is 85% of your credit score is how you manage your money, right? How to manage your accounts. And the other 15% is how long you had your credit. Question number 2, if you're trying to really guarantee, go ahead and make this person. If you're really trying to guarantee your credit score increase in the next 90 days, you have to start adding positive history. And I'm going to show you the different type of accounts you can start adding as well later on this lesson. And think about it. Most banks look at the FICO 8. And if you don't know what the FICO 8, I'm basically going to break it down so you can actually increase your credit score. So in order to improve your credit, you got to know what the 5 factors are to improve in each area. Next one. So let me break it down. So most banks look at the FICO 8, and the highest credit score you can have is 850, and the lowest credit score you can have is 300. But the most important thing is understanding what the 5 factors are. Payment history is 35% of your score. Utilization is the other 30% of your score. Average age is 15% of your score. The other 10% is inquiries, and the other 10% is credit mix. So I'm going to break it more down on the next slide. Let me go ahead and keep on. The FICO 8. So like I was saying before, the highest credit score you can have is 850, and the lowest credit score you can have is a 300. So that means you have 550 points to play with. So once you understand the rules of the game, now you can increase your credit score. I told you 100 points, but you can increase your credit score more than 100 points depending on where you're at. If you had a 400, a 500, a 600, I'm going to show you how to increase your credit score over time. It is going to take time, of course, because you got to remove the negative items off your credit report first. Then as you're repairing your credit, you're going to add positive history, and then you're going to increase your credit score. So like I said before, you have 550 points to play with. So 35% of 550 is 192.5. The other 30% is utilization. That is 165 points. So 30% of 550 is 165 points. Most people have been told credit cards are the devil, but if you add a credit card on your credit report, that means you're going to not, I'm not going to say you're going to guarantee 165 points, but you're going to see a dramatic increase over time when it comes to your credit report. So, or your credit score. 15% of 550 is 82.5. The other 10% of 550 is 55 points, and the other 10% of 550 inquiries is 55 points. So I'm gonna break more of this down. So paying your bills on time, that is 35% of your score. They know that we're not gonna pay our bills on time. So what we need to do is make sure we set up our accounts to come out automatically. Once you set up your accounts to come out automatically, then you don't have to worry about paying it on time, because now what you're doing is eliminating paying late. If you have one late payment, you see your credit score drop dramatically. So what we want to do is make sure we set up our accounts to come out like 7 days, 10 days prior to actually coming out. 30% of your score is utilization. So most people have been told to keep their utilization below 30%, but that's just average. We're excellent around here. So what you want to do is make sure you keep your utilization below 10%. 10% is a must. So if you have $1,000 limit, you want to make sure your utilization is below $100. 15% of your credit score, it comes with time. So if you ever notice that your credit score increase over time, is because the longer you have the account open, the more points you start seeing over time. So that's just 82.5. It's kind of hard to play with that because that's just come with over time. But another way to actually do this trick I'm going to show you later on is adding an account, an authorized user account on your credit report. And you can add one of your friends or family or a close member and add their history on your credit report, but make sure they don't have no missed payments. Make sure the credit utilization is below 10%. And if you add that credit card on your credit report, you get all that age, you get all that history, you get all that payment history, and you're going to see your credit score increase. But you only do that if you're going to pay for it. You only do that when you remove accounts off your credit report. And if you're going to do it now with your friends and family, it's okay because you're not paying for it. And after you pay for it, they're only going to probably stay on for 60 days. So just make sure that if you're going to pay for an authorized user, make sure everything is good and good standing. So types of credit, you want to have revolving accounts, you want to have installment accounts. I know I'm kind of talking fast, but I just want to make sure I hit everything, and I know your time is valuable. But installment accounts and revolving accounts are the different type of accounts you want to have. So installment accounts consist of a car loan, a personal loan, a student loan. Revolving accounts, they consist of your credit cards, your charge cards, your store cards. Those are the different type of revolving accounts you want to have on your credit report. You just want to have a mix of both. Inquiries. So you want to have at least 5 or less inquiries depending on your goal. So based on what you're trying to do is depending on how many, well, the less inquiries you have, the better. But if you're trying to buy a house, of course, they're going to know that you're going to run up your inquiries. If you're trying to buy a car, you only want to use one inquiry and actually go to the bank to get one inquiry. So you just go to the bank, apply for whatever car loan, and then you go car shopping. And that's how you basically remove the inquiries. We'll show you later on how to remove your inquiries within 72 hours or less, 24 to 72 hours. I'm gonna hit the next slide. So I'm gonna break down how to actually clean your credit report in 7 steps. It's just 7 steps, but it takes time. And either if you do the work or you don't do the work, time is still going to pass. So you might as well go ahead and put in the work to get these items removed off your credit report. But in 7 steps, I'm going to show you step by step on how to clean up everything off your credit report and then build positive history and then increase your credit score 100+ points. So you can go ahead and get that house, get that car, get that personal funding, get that business funding, whatever you're trying to do. I'm going to show you what you need to do to actually clean up your credit report, right? So here we go. Get in my system. So first and foremost, you want to have the end in mind. You want to create a vision board. Depending on what your goals are is depending on how you actually move with this credit thing. So if you're trying to buy a house, and 12 months from now, you want to know that you're going to buy this house. So what you want to do is put a vision on your your phone, your cell phone, your mirror, anywhere that you can visualize where you're going to see this house. And you basically want to reverse engineer your goals. So in 12 months, we're working every month to get toward that actual house. If it's a car, in 3 to 6 months, we can get that dream car with no money down. It all depends on your credit. If you're trying to get personal funding, if you're trying to get business funding, it's the same steps, right? You want to go to all the banks that you're trying to get personal funding with. So if you want to get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, you want to go ahead and go to the banks. So you can go to Chase, Amex, Navy Federal, Penn Fed, Digital, DCU. These are the type of banks you want to go to and then actually open up an account with them, because I can guarantee that you can get 100,000 in funding once you clean up your personal credit. And I'm going to show you step by step. But first and foremost, I'm going to show you how to analyze your credit report. So I told y'all to download your credit report, and this is what it actually looked like. So before you dispute anything, you want to analyze your credit report first. You want to go line item by line item. So here's our example right here. I'm going to pull up bigger so y'all can see. So here's our example, right, of a credit report. So once you download your credit report, I sent y'all the link. I sent you the link. So make sure you download your credit report so you can go ahead and look at what I'm looking at. So the account number, you want to make sure everything is correct on each one, because according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, everything has to be 100% accurate. And if you know that everything has to be 100% accurate, that means nothing can be wrong on the credit report, and you can get that item deleted even because it's not accurate. So go to account number. Let's look at the account number, make sure the account number is correct. The account type, make sure everything. Account type detail, bureau code, account status, make sure everything is correct. Date open. As you can see, there's a different date open on TransUnion. TransUnion got a different date than Experian and Equifax. So this is grounds for removal, and you can get this account removed. Balance, if the balance ain't showing correctly, you can get that removed. As you can see, the credit limit is $300, $0 here. Past due amount, 400, 400, 400. Payment status, same. Last reported date is the same. As you can see, date last active is different on all three. Date of last payment is different on all three. And if you notice on the payment history, right, TransUnion shows nothing. Experian shows okay. Equifax don't show nothing. And you can see each and every month of that year that something's reporting different. And you're not going to dispute all these at one. I'm going to show you how to actually dispute one at a time, because you don't want to dispute nothing and they update the information. So what we're going to do is just analyze our credit report. We're going to circle everything, we're going to highlight everything, because we're going to use a credit report as leverage when we actually send our letter in to actually get these accounts removed once and for all. So this is just a prime example of a credit report and how to mark it up before you actually send off a letter. So now that you analyze your credit report, what you want to do is suppress.
You got some questions in the chat.
Oh, I was going to answer them later.
All right, you got a bunch.
Hold on, I got a bunch of questions. Okay. What if they're in very good standing but showing inaccurate balance? If they're in good standing, then you don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess with the account. These are only for accounts. You can tell them to update the information. You can tell them you can send a letter in, tell them to update the information, Christy. But if it's in if the account's in bad status, this is where you actually dispute it to tell them to remove it. But if it's in good status, you can still tell them to update the information to report the correct balances. Yes, there will be a replay. I will send it out to y'all when it comes to the replay. Yes, I will send out a replay. What is standards be good and correct balances? Yeah, so make sure the balances are correct, because that could help hold down your utilization, part of your credit score. So just make sure they update the balances. All right. So, hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
You want to just answer the chat questions while I talk?
Text text in the chat while you talk.
Yeah, like anybody that have any questions, because I know you know the answer. So,
Okay, I got it. I just got my computer set up. I'm about to jump on it now.
all right. Bet.
All right.
So suppress the snitches. This is one of the most important steps. A lot of people skip this step, but it's really simple. LexisNexis, Straight, SageStream, Innovis, CoreLogic, ARS, they all hold your information and they're selling it to the credit bureaus, and the credit bureaus are selling it to other people as well, to the banks. So they're getting paid. So anytime you get an inquiry, they're collecting your information. When you're actually applying for, like, if you go to like CVS, Walgreens, or Walmart, Target, and you get those cards where you get discounts, you're selling your information that you don't even know that you're selling it to these 5 different places. So that what they're collecting their information, and then what you want to do is you want to suppress that information when you're disputing, because you don't want the credit bureaus reaching out to LexisNexis, SageStream, Innovis, CoreLogic, because that's who they really reach out to actually to make sure your accounts are verified. They go to them, and then once they send the information back, then what they're going to do is now say that the account is verified. So what we want to do is suppress them. I'm going to show you. Let me stop share real quick. So all you got to do is go to SageStream, right? You put in free SageStream and it'll pop up. Same thing with CoreLogic. You just put freeze CoreLogic and this will pop up. Of course, Google, then you click on it. Same thing with Innovis. Do the same thing. You're going to freeze them. You're going to Google freeze Innovis, and you're going to go to the same thing, put your information in, and then, put your information in. You can do it online right here. Just click on it and bam, it'll pop up. You put your information in, request a freeze, put your name in, and they're going to send you a letter back in the mail with the actual pin when you freeze them. And the same thing with ARS, and the same thing with LexisNexis. Also, another place you want to go to is opt out pre-screen. And opt out pre-screen is a place where you ever get like mail. Opt out pre-screen. You ever get mail in your you ever get mail showing that you got credit offers? This is the place that actually sends you those offers. So if you want to opt out of that, you can go ahead and opt out for 5 years or whatever, permanent opt out. But you want to basically suppress all this information because it's very important when it's come to the dispute. And so make sure you opt out of SageStream, CoreLogic, Innovis, ARS, LexisNexis, and opt out pre-screen, because it's going to make sure these accounts get deleted much quicker, much faster, and don't come back verified. This is very important. A lot of people skip this step, but we're not skipping a step because you got the information. So just make sure you do the work. It takes less than 5 to 10 minutes, and you can actually opt out on all of the secondary agencies, what I call snitches, because they're snitching on you and you don't even know about them. LexisNexis holds, if you have a bankruptcy, they hold that information. ARS, they're with Experian, so they talk to Experian. CoreLogic, Innovis, they hold information that you don't even know about on you. So you can actually request a report and you can see all the information that they have. So I'm gonna go back to the presentation, but make sure you suppress them first before you actually dispute. You analyze your credit report first. We suppress the snitches. Next, what we're gonna do is clean up our personal information, right? So personal information is very key to get accounts removed off our credit report. The reason why is very key because all personal information is attached to addresses. So if you was at that address that you had a collection with, you just got to think back. I'm gonna show you where to actually go, but you just got to think back to when you actually applied for that account. And if you didn't ever apply for that account, then it's much easier to get the account removed. But what we want to do is clean up our personal information first, send it to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, and we're going to go ahead and do that first before we actually dispute. So you want to go to Experian. It's free to actually get this account. So you just go to Experian.com and then sign up for free. And if it's not free, you can go to www.creditchecktotal.com. I'll put it in the chat, www.creditcheck. This is another place. If Experian is not free, go to Experian first. And then if it's not, then go to creditcheck.total.com. And then what you're going to do is, I'm going to show you what to do next to clean up that personal information. So once you sign up for creditchecktotal.com, what you're going to do now is you're going to go all the way down to the bottom. Like, yo, I'm giving y'all the game. You're going to go all the way down to the bottom. You're going to go to the dispute guide. Once you go to the dispute guide, what you're going to do now, what you're going to see now is visit dispute center. Once you click on visit dispute center, this is going to pop up next, right? Just click on it. And then you're going to start a new dispute. Once you start a new dispute, you're going to see all the accounts, public records, personal information. We're not going to dispute online. What we are going to do is clean up our personal information. We're going to gather all the personal information. So you're going to have misspelled names. You're going to have misspelled address. You're going to have your phone number. You're going to have all type of information on your credit report that you didn't even know about. And you're going to gather all that information and you're going to send off a letter to get that removed. Because once you detach the address from the actual account, then it makes it much harder for the account to come back, and it makes it much easier for the account to get deleted. So a lot of people skip this step. They just go ahead and dispute online, and it comes back verified and don't know what to do. But what you want to do now, I'm showing you the steps, is you're not going to dispute online at all. You're going to go ahead and dispute through mail. So the personal, once you click on personal information, you're going to see a list of addresses, right? What you want to do is click on the little button right here, as you can see right here, and then this is going to pop up next. What you're going to see is different type of accounts that is listed with that address. So make sure you go through every address on your credit report, every address listed on that credit report, and see what is actually attached to that account. See what address is attached to the actual account. And if you see any negative accounts on your credit report, if you have any negative accounts, what you're going to do is see what address is attached to that negative account, and then you're going to remove that address off your credit report. You're going to send a letter in. So just make sure you gather all those addresses that are attached to negative accounts first, and then you're going to dispute it through mail first. And then once that get deleted, then you're going to actually send off a dispute letter. So I'm going to say it again. Once you go through, once you analyze your credit report, and you see what collections you have, what repossession, charge-off, bankruptcies, you're going to see all the different type of accounts on your credit report first. And then once you dispute your personal information, you're going to see what negative accounts are attached to this address, and you're going to remove the address. If that address is on your driver's license, we're not going to send our driver's license in, right? We're going to send a whole different ID. We're going to change our address. We're going to act like we're living with a friend, family member, somebody else, if you still have that same address. So make sure you update your address to a totally different address, so it makes it much easier for the account to get removed, and it makes it much harder for the credit bureaus to verify the information. So now that we clean up our personal information, now that we suppress the snitches, now we're going to put the burden of proof on the credit bureaus, right? So facts don't lie. As I showed y'all before, all the facts on your credit report. And what you want to do is you're going to send in the letter. I call it the secret letter, but it really just puts all the burden of proof on the credit bureaus. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to pull up the letter real quick, and I'm going to show y'all the letter that y'all need to actually send in.
Hey Dave, I got somebody in the chat wanting those opt-outs. Since you got them right there at the top of your screen, would you mind just dropping it in the chat?
Can I drop the opt-out, please?
The links to the opt-out in the chat, so they can just copy and paste them.
I can't prepare for y'all today. Okay, whatever. And this is what my team does every single day.
Hey, thank you, boss.
So what we want to do is, where am I at? Am I on here? That's in this one in? No.
So I have SageStream, CoreLogic, Innovis, ARS. You put that twice, but that's fine.
Oh.
That pre-screen.
So those are all the snitches, what we call them. Let me stop share. Secret letter. Can y'all see this letter?
Hey, drop a 7 if y'all can see that letter. That way we know y'all got the right things.
I can see it.
Okay. So what this letter does, it puts the burden of proof on the credit bureaus, right? So what we do is we do something a little extra as well. So just make sure you have the date. But what we do with the date, we backdate the date, right? So one of the laws is the credit bureaus have 30 days to do an investigation, but I'm not going to give them 30 days to do an investigation. I'm going to backdate 21 days prior to today's date. So let's say the 21st, perfect. We're going to say November 1st, right? And then whatever account that's on your credit report that's negative, you're going to put the account name, account number, and you're going to tell them to please investigate every piece of information on this account and remove it if it's not reporting correct. And this is how we put the burden of proof on the credit bureaus, because we're telling them what to do. So we're telling them to check every piece of information on that account. That's why I told y'all to go line item by line item, because you're going to know that the date open is not correct, date of last activity is not correct, date of last payment is not correct. So now that you know that everything is not correct, what you want to do is tell the credit bureaus to check every piece of information on that account. And they're not going to do it because they don't got the time to do it. So what you're doing is setting them up, because you're telling them to do it, but they're not going to do it. And then they're going to send you an updated credit report saying that it was properly verified, or either it was properly verified or the account got removed. So if the account got removed, we're good. But if the account got verified, we know it wasn't properly verified because we saw that the open date was wrong. We saw that the date last activity wrong. We saw the account number, account name was wrong. So just make sure you list all the negative accounts on your credit report on this letter, and then you're going to tell them to check every piece of information, and then you're going to tell them to remove it if it's not reporting correct. You just give them clear, you just tell them what to do. And I got to download the credit report, and you're going to send it to Experian. Go ahead and drop it in here. TransUnion, these are the addresses you want to send them to. And you're going to send all of these, and Equifax. And you're going to send your personal information letter to Experian. You're going to send your personal information letter to Equifax, and you're going to send your personal information letter to TransUnion. What about check systems? Check systems, you really don't have to opt out of check systems, but you can. Check system is really for banks, but sometimes they do pull, but most of the time they don't really talk to the credit bureaus. Most of the times when you get an inquiry, they usually go through SageStream, CoreLogic, LexisNexis is one of the huge ones, but those are the top 4 or 5 who the credit bureaus really talk to when it comes to check systems. Is only when you're trying to apply for a bank account most of the time. And if you can't get a if you can't open up a checking account, you want to go look at your check systems and see who you owe money to, and you can dispute through there. But for the letter, this is the letter you want to send in. And I'm going to talk to you why you need to backdate the letter, because not only are you setting them up one way, I'm gonna show you how to set them up another way, but this is very important that you do this after you remove the personal information off your credit report. I'm gonna stop share. I'm gonna stop share and go back to the lesson. Okay, let's see my screen share. All right. I know some of y'all just coming in, but I am gonna send y'all the replay as well. All right, so facts don't lie when it comes to, like I was saying, facts don't lie when it comes to disputing. So once you know that, once you send the letter in, you're gonna wait 30 to 45 days, right, to see an update. But I'm gonna show you what to do after that, in the meantime. But wait for a credit report to come back. There should be an updated credit report with the results. Either the account got removed or the account got updated. So you just want to see what happened. That's why I told y'all to download your credit report. So every 30 days you can update your credit report. So what you want to do after 30 days, you want to see an updated credit report, and you want to see what got removed, what got deleted. You're going to see the facts, the investigation process that's sent to the mail. They're going to send you 3 credit reports, one from Experian, one from TransUnion, one from Equifax, with the updated information or the accounts that got removed, explaining. They're going to basically explain in detail what happened when you actually disputed. Be relentless. So every 30 to 45 days, you want to put a calendar, or you want to mark in your calendar to send off a letter, because it's not going to come off the first time. It might not come off the second time. It might not come off the third time. But if you're relentless and you put in the work every 30 to 45 days, it will come off. And I'm going to show you how to keep the credit bureaus accountable, right? I'm going to show you how to keep them accountable to make sure the account come off. But you have to put in the work first. And if you don't put in the work, then the account is not going to come off. It's not going to just magically come off unless you wait 7 to 10 years, right? But we don't got time for that because time is valuable. So CFPB, right? You want to submit a complaint. So the CFPB they do control Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. They do hold them accountable. And what's so good about them is you can get results within 14 days with the CFPB. So the reason why I told y'all to backdate y'all letter 21 days is because according to the law, according to the FCRA, they have 30 days to do an investigation. So if you backdate the letter 21 days, that means they have 7 days to actually do an investigation, but they're not going to have enough time. So what you're going to do is submit a complaint with the CFPB that it took more than 30 days to do an investigation, right? I'm going to show y'all. I think I should be able to see CFPB. Can y'all see my screen still? I'm going to type CFPB in. Can you see my screen? No.
Yes.
Okay. So the CFPB, things slow. All right, here we go. So we're going to submit a complaint. So click on start new complaint, start your complaint.
It's in the chat, everybody, for everybody who's on here.
You're going to click on credit reporting. You're going to click on credit report, and then you're going to click on next. You're going to say, problem with reporting investigation. The investigation took more than 30 days. Have you already tried to fix the problem with the company? Yes. And then what you're going to do now is, got y'all. So on 11/01, I sent the letter. I sent a letter regarding inaccurate and unknown things on my credit report. To this day, over 60 days later, I have not received a response yet. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of and being ignored of my dispute. Section 611A plainly stated that a failure investigation of these items within 30 days gives a reason to immediately remove those items from a credit report. It has been over 60 days, so they should be deleted promptly. I demand these accounts be deleted immediately, or I'll file a litigation due to the stress you have caused me. My information has also been impacted by Equifax data breach and may have go into the hands of the wrong person. So you'll put that in as well, and then you're gonna say delete account immediately, right?
Hey, Dave,
Hmm?
can the chat get that verbiage as well?
Should I give them?
Yeah.
I'll give y'all the
Before,
part
and
copy.
before we continue, because you do got the word litigation in there, I got to tell y'all that we are not lawyers. We cannot give legal advice. So if you use this, you're gonna be using it at your own will. So just get that disclaimer. But go ahead and give it to him. Give him everything. It don't matter.
I'll give it to y'all. There y'all go. No, just put 11 first. What the heck? So
Hey,
that's the verbiage y'all to put. That's the verbiage y'all gonna put in.
yeah, that shouldn't matter. Y'all got to change those dates anyway. So just make sure we said 21 days.
Yeah, 21 days. You're gonna back it 21 days because what you're gonna do is you gotta wait. It's gonna take about 7 days for the actual once you send the letters off. It's gonna take about 7 days. So 7 days is gonna go by. I don't see it in the chat. I put to everyone in the meeting. There we go. So you're gonna put delete account, right? And then you're gonna upload that letter, right, that y'all sent to the credit bureau. So you're just gonna upload it. You're gonna select the files and upload it, and then you're gonna click next. And then you're gonna put Experian. You're gonna click on your last four names as it appears on the credit report, date of birth. You're gonna put your information in, right? Whatever, right? And then you're gonna put name, Joe Cousins. You're gonna click on Equifax and do the same thing. What the heck? I don't know what I put. And you're gonna do TransUnion as well. You're gonna click on next. And then they're gonna have you for yourself. You're gonna type in information again. Sheesh. you don't have to put your phone number in. What you want to do is put your email in so you can get the actual results. So
if you guys are already working with our company, just keep track of everything. If the credit bureau send you letters, just reach out to our team and upload your letters to your portal, then everything will be good.
You don't have to put your age if you want to. If you're a service member, put it in. Click on next. Review. I'm not gonna submit the complaint, but of course you're gonna submit the complaint. And what's gonna happen in 14 days, you're gonna get a response back from Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, because they have 14 days to respond back to the CFPB, which that means they got to respond back to you. So you're gonna get some results within 14 days. So just be on the lookout. Check your Credit Karma, because Credit Karma kind of reports faster than what I told y'all to actually get, because that only updates every 30 days. But Credit Karma updates like every day and every 7 days, depending on what's going on. And Experian, the one I showed y'all to get for free, also updates like clockwork. So just be on the lookout and just be looking at what's going on. I know it's going to seem like it's going to take forever, but time is going to pass, so you might as well go ahead and dispute regardless. Let's see. So we're building positive history on your credit report. So in the meantime, as you're disputing these accounts off your credit report, what you want to do is open up a few positive accounts. So here are a list of a few that you can actually open up. Open Sky, it's a credit card, or it's a secure credit card, and it's like you need a $200 limit. But if you don't want to do Open Sky, what you can do is Tomo Card. Tomo Card only checks your banking information, and they give you a limit based off of what's going on your banking information. And they report to all 3 credit bureaus. So, and they don't do no hard pull as well. Credit Strong and Self are the same thing. They are an installment account that actually help you save your money and build positive history at the same time. And after whatever date you pick or whatever amounts you pick, they will send the money back 12 months, 24 months. So you can save $24, $12. I think Credit Strong is like $15 a month. Self is like $24 to $30 a month. And you can actually open up those 2 accounts on your credit report and help you build history and help you build up on-time payment history as well. So as you're putting positive accounts on your credit report and removing those negative accounts, you're going to see your credit score increase, right? Rent reporters, Rental Karma. So if you're currently renting right now, it doesn't make no sense that you're not reporting it, right? Because you're paying every month for your rent, right? So you might as well go ahead and get it reported. So Rent Reporters and Rental Karma are 2 places you can actually report your rent, and you can do both if you can afford it. But Rent Reporters is best out of Rental Karma, because if you've been living at the apartment for the last 24 months, you can get all that information and backdate it and put it on your credit report. So Rental Karma, I believe, is only 6 months to a year. But Rent Reporters, if you've been living there for the last 24 months, you can backdate all that information and put it on your credit report. So this is how you build up positive history, and you're removing negative accounts on your credit report at the same time. So the only thing that's going to stop you from taking action is you. So make sure you put in the work. Make sure you put in what you got to do. I showed y'all in 7 steps how to do everything. I know it was a mouthful, but if you put in the work, if you take your time and do the work and get these accounts removed, you're going to see the results. You're going to get that 750 plus credit score. It's just a matter of time. You just have to put in the work to actually get the things that you're trying to get. Thank you for watching the class. I know it was a lot of information, but if you don't have the time, if you don't feel like doing all those steps, Click the link in the description. Let's see how my team can help you and assist you to get in that 750 plus credit score so you can get that house, that car, that personal funding, that business funding, whatever you're trying to achieve. I want to help you. So let's go ahead and win together. Click the link in the description, and I'll see you on the other side of good credit.